Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another episode of Star Wars Battlefront 2 Top 5 Plays. The game is now live if you have the deluxe edition, and I've gotten a lot of cool clips submitted to me, so I'm really excited to share some of those for you. Before I get into it, I just wanted to mention that I will actually be starting up a sort of glitch/funny moment series again like I had for the previous game, because my friend offered to help me edit those. So if you want to submit any clips for those, you can do so through the same link as always, but there is a specific option you can tick if you want your clip to be considered for that series. And if you want to submit to this series as well, you submit the clips like normal. And don't forget to enter my giveaway together with Elgato Gaming to win a free capture card. But now, let's jump straight into it. Starting off, we have Xowned with a very good objective play on Theed. While he's capturing the objective, he decides to kill some enemies by chucking a nade into the doorway, which gives him a quad kill. And I think the interesting thing here is that he's basically playing the objective at the same time as he's killing a lot of people. So if you take a look at his score feed, you can see that it jumps from 500 to 3800 in a 10-second time span. That is probably one of the fastest gains of battle points I have ever seen, as everything is doubled thanks to his spawn wave having reached the double multiplier. At the number 4 spot, we have Bearable Glint 13, who gets a very impressive streak with Rey in Heroes vs Villains. 9 kills to be more specific, and I think getting a kill streak at all in Heroes vs Villains is quite impressive, because I find that even if you have a really good hero, you still take damage in each battle, meaning that it's hard to actually get a long kill streak unless you're very lucky and become the target over and over and get healed up to full health. Well, he kills a lot of people with Rey, and I think the best part of this clip is actually the ending, where he uses the mind trick on Darth Maul, who is the target, who then falls down and dies, and the game is over. The enemy team really didn't stand a chance here, and I think anyone who's played Heroes vs Villains know that Rey can be a very hard target to counter, because when you get mind trick, you usually die. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we have a clip from John Pont on Kamino. He managed to pull off a very clever flank here, and thanks to his patience, he managed to go up behind everyone with the Vanguard and actually get 6 kills with 1 Vanguard ability use. He then goes on to flank a couple of more people, giving him 3 more kills before he eventually gets overrun by a bunch of enemies. I wish I was able to be as calm as he was here, because every time I end up behind someone, I usually panic, don't know who to shoot with the Vanguard, and then I end up failing and dying. But this really shows how to properly be patient around the corner, wait for them to turn around, and then just sneak up with the Vanguard and wipe them all out. And at the honorable number 2 spot, we have a clip from Blackstahil with Yoda, and I think this one trumps the clip in the previous episode, because he shows how to properly use the Unleash ability. He waits behind a tree, and when he feels that the moment has come, he walks forward with his block ability activated, which means that all the shots from the enemies gets absorbed into his hand, making his Unleash ability stronger. And as you can see by the little bar in the corner, when he then eventually uses the Unleash ability, it is fully charged up, meaning that the actual hit radius and the damage is vastly increased, which is why he managed to wipe out 6 enemies with it, although some of them are pretty far away. So keep that in mind whenever you are using the Unleash ability. If you charge it up by absorbing shots, you will do more damage and you will have a bigger hit radius. And at the number 1 spot, we have a very impressive speeder bike play by Aiden TRG. This brings back some bad memories from the previous game, because he managed to trample 2 jump troopers, 1 Wookiee warrior, Rey, Lando, and even an AT-RT in a matter of half a minute or so. So this shows that you gotta be extremely careful with the speeder bike, because it seems like it can one-shot pretty much any character. And I've noticed that some other vehicles only does a little bit of damage if you trample a hero, but the speeder bike seems to one-hit them if you hit them dead on, so be very careful with that. Fortunately, the speeder bikes are a little bit bugged on PC, but it seems like they work better on consoles. And I can imagine that this might be a problem on this map, however, it's only 1 out of 11 maps, so hopefully it won't cause too much issues. But that brings this episode to an end. Big thanks to Elgato Gaming for sponsoring this series. If you're interested in any of their capture cards or other products, you can find a link to that in the description below. They recently revealed the 4K Pro that allows you to record 4K gameplay from the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, as well as PCs. So if you're interested in that, you can read about that as well. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.